it's time to figure out if things are heating up or cooling down around Alec Bohm potentially being a Seattle Mariner, because Seattle is apparently looking to work. They're balling on a budget here. Limited budget this offseason, but looking to add, we all are definitely looking to add a first baseman or a one of third or second base. So an infielder, essentially. And they are also there's been some reports, they are also talking involved with the Phillies for Alec Bohm, but also for looking at Nico Hoerner with the Cubs. So the Mariners and some trade talks, I know that report came out this week as well. Some trade talks around Alec Bohm and Nico Hoerner, as Adam Jude of the Seattle Times has reported that those discussions have been happening. And there are a number of reasons why, but for Seattle, keep in mind some things. They've actually never given a free agent position player more than $24 million. They're a team that spends low on the free agency market. So in terms of what they're realistically looking to do, a trade might make more sense for them, as they are looking to bolster their infield. And again, looking for first, second, or third base. And then also with what the Phillies are looking to do, we've talked about Alec Bohm and the possible shakeup in their roster. Could this make sense for both teams for a Mariners-Phillies trade with Alec Bohm? And more importantly, who needs to be included, I guess, for you to be interested in trading with Seattle for Alec Bohm in return? Lots of questions.
Yeah, I mean, apparently, according to one report, they asked for Logan Gilbert in talks. Tyler, I know that...
Okay. I was laughing over there.
Okay. Yeah, you know what's going to happen
Logan Gilbert or George Kirby?
They asked for both of them, Tyler. Your thoughts?
Here's the thing.
I mean, you got to start asking for the sun, the moon,
you shoot for the stars, right? I get it. And here's the thing. The Seattle Mariners are going to go, no thanks, click.
Okay, well, what if
honestly, I think every team should have old school phones so they can still slam the phone down on people.
So what if they
it's not the
countered
same
that
with an
with...
iPhone of like...
That's what I'm saying.
So what if they countered that with, okay, no Gilbert or Kirby, but how about Luis Castillo?
Well, and then you're talking about, we had this conversation the other day, I think, about the money, right?
$24.5 million for the next 2 years.
You know, talking about the monetary value. I think if you're going to not go into if you're going to go to the Mariners and you're thinking about a starting pitcher, and it's not going to be Gilbert and it's not going to be George Kirby, because you guys know how much I love George Kirby, and I think Logan Gilbert's an emerging ace. Like, I think he is on the doorstep of stardom.
Yeah, I don't know why Seattle would move either.
The way that I felt about Tarek Skubal last year is the way that I feel about Logan Gilbert heading into 2025.
So bet him this time.
Just a little sneak preview for you guys. I probably should. He hasn't missed a start in 3 years. If you're going to have a conversation with the Mariners about starting pitching, I don't know if it starts with Castillo because of the money. I think maybe you would want to try to take the angle of Bryce Miller.
So it is because of the money. So it's Dave Schoenfeld from ESPN that kind of was the root of this. I'll just read his words.
Sure.
So I don't have to paraphrase it, but it is basically about Seattle unloading.
Yeah, and I get that.
Contract.
Understood.
Exactly.
So Dave said, Seattle's third baseman, primarily Josh Rojas, hit .213 with just 12 homers and 49 RBIs. He was non-tendered, leaving a hole for the Mariners to fill. They reportedly have about $16 million in payroll room to fill third base, which Alec Bohm would actually be saving them some money there. Second base, if they didn't pick up Jorge Polanco's option, and maybe DH and perhaps a reliever or two. So Alec Bohm at 9.
So like a sixth of their roster. No big deal.
Allows them some flexibility. He said it would be a nice addition to a team that led the majors in strikeouts. Of course, outside of 2024, which was propped up by a huge April when he posted a 3 WAR, Bohm has otherwise never been above a 1 WAR. So the Mariners certainly shouldn't trade any of their young starters for him, but maybe dealing Luis Castillo, making $24.15 million in each of the next 3 seasons, works as a way to clear some payroll.
Yeah, I do see
so
for
that does give
Seattle,
them optionality.
Yeah, they are, as we talk about, these struggles with the infield. It's Ty Francis, who was traded to the Reds. Justin Turner, who became a free agent, J.P. Crawford. They've got Ryan Bliss, Dylan Moore, Luke Raley. They have a lot of options that are not your everyday options. And I know in the chat, Andrew's bringing up a starting pitcher for Alec is why you don't think he's traded. Listen, to your point, Tyler, I don't blame if there are trade talks happening around Alec Bohm for Seattle. I don't blame trying for Gilbert. He's projected to have the same salary around what Bohm has, but can be controlled for 3 more seasons compared to Alec Bohm's 2. And as you talk about how great he's been, for Gilbert, he's pitched 704 1/3 innings with a 3.60 ERA, and he is considered to have been worth 12.4 wins above replacement over his 4 big league seasons. And so he's a great option to consider. And Kirby has 4 seasons of club control remaining, projected for a $5.5 million salary next season, and also 11.4 FWAR as well, with his 3.43 ERA in just 3 seasons. I think the Phillies have, again, knowing their 3 priorities, bringing it all the way back to the beginning, what we talked about, starting a fifth starter, bullpen arm, and an outfielder, specifically left or center fielder, being their their main options. I think it makes sense if Seattle's going to request a guy like Alec Bohm, try to include, if you can, a pitcher in return